Ten of Pentacles is very significant. Coming out with the Three of Pentacles, boo. A lot of y'all need to understand that people really have not hired their family, or did they? A lot of people is looking like, yeah, everybody is related. And they don't want to tell you this is how they all got a job, because they are all cousins. And God said, if you fuck up with one of us, you fuck up with all of us. But even that one bitch looking like shit, you don't give a fuck, boo. And God said you shouldn't, because they ain't doing things on the up and up. And they should have given you a whole bunch of shit. And Grandma said that's what they know too. So a lot of people is looking like you ain't got no warrant out for your arrest, and you ain't no criminal. And I said, but she didn't want me to do this because it's her business. And that's her problem, boo. A lot of people want to always have the inside track about other people's business, and they don't want nobody to know what's going on in their purse and their bag and their life. And God said, ain't that the truth, baby? Nosy ass bitches. And even this one nigga is looking like shit. I gotta say something to you, and I'm emotional, and you know what? You saved his ass. And I said, don't we know it, boo? I said, a lot of people is always trying to band together to fuck up people, but we ain't even in the mood to be fucked up. See? And that's our truth. The Ten of Swords energy is here. And I said, bitch, that bitch don't give a fuck about you. Or you, or you, or you, or you, or you. I said, this bitch got her own motherfucking issues, or you a man. And God said, that's what they know. They really heartbroken because you're not invested. But why should you be invested in other people's shit? You trying to get your own shit. And that's a future prediction, boo. And that one chick says, shit, you ain't even say thank you. And you know what? Maybe you haven't seen it yet. And I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt. And God said, say thank you, so these niggas can feel some type of way. I said, y'all don't need to do shit for this bitch. This bitch is doing shit by themselves. And that's what's really perturbing them. They want to know everything. But for what? See? They want to CCC your information and act like, yeah, that one, you know what, is this. And you know what, we don't need to do anything further. But does it affect you? It don't. And that's someone's truth. So you're going to be moving on pretty quickly. And God said, that's what they know too. I said, as soon as this drop, you ain't going to be in a place, in an area, in a space doing anything pretty soon. And that's what you need to know, boo. But you ain't got shit. And they know that too. I said, whatever y'all doing, they don't care. And they look at y'all like a bunch of weirdos. And that's what you need to know, boo. Some of y'all cross-watching assholes, y'all look like a bunch of weirdos to bitches. And I said, don't we know it, boo? I said, hey, you ain't a weirdo. And you get shit done, and you always persevering. I said, that nigga is resilient too. And they be going through a lot. And a lot of these motherfuckers, if they get fired, they'll blow their heads off. And God said, that's what you need to know. I said, shit, I put casual, but he trying to replace a lot of people. And I said, you would take over everything and get all this shit organized. And you know what? You wouldn't make a mistake and do that. Now, would you? And God said, I don't know why I did that, but damn, she corrected me, and that's what you're supposed to do. Correct people. It's kind of catastrophic how a lot of people always want people to not say nothing when things are wrong, but change cannot happen until you speak. And God said, that's what they know, boo. Hey, speaking one, you got anything else to say? And God said, shit. You looking at him like, yeah, you ain't shit either. And all these motherfuckers is pissed. I said, because you is who you say you are. And they don't even know what to say. And I said, shit, don't we know it, boo? A lot of y'all is smart than a motherfucker. And these cross-watching assholes, all they can do is cross-watch, bitch. Keep on looking. See, competition. I said, this bitch don't give a fuck about nothing. And why would you want to give a fuck about anything, though, that is very minute to your life, that is a moot point to your life? And God said that's what they want you to do. Give a fuck about things that don't make sense. Nah, fuck that, boo. We moving forward. Three of Swords energy. And you constantly taking things into your own hands. And you ain't waiting that long for this and waiting that long for that. But God says, shit, we could be sitting up here doing a PayPal, pen pal chat and shit. Hey, boo, I need to tell you nothing. And God said, ain't that the truth? I said, shit, you don't even need to redo this. And that's the truth. A grandma said there's a significant motherfucker that say, you know what? I need to start hiring people that really know how to do the job, that really is going to be invested and get the job done. And you can't even eat in the area and the space. And God said they noticing that too. I said, shit. All you got to do is mess up with her once. And that, you know what, makes sense, boo, for one's energy. So you're going to have what you need pretty soon. And that one bitch is like, yeah, I saw that email too. No one replied. A lot of people is always doing stuff and not doing their job. It was several months ago on my old channel where I was saying that a lot of people is going to start hiring individuals that's going to do the job more so than look like they can do the job, look like me. A lot of people, a lot of the hiring managers and a lot of the people that is in recruitment and all this other stuff want everybody to look like them. And that's catastrophic. And they know that too. I said, shit, that nigga want to hire all the grimy bitches and act like they doing their job. I said, bitch, why would you just drop them off and don't even, you know what, say nothing else? I said, that's not what you're supposed to do. And God said, that's what they know too. So look at the bigger picture. She looking like shit. I'm a okay, do nothing too as well. But with you, I got to do everything because someone has communicated effectively about y'all a multitude of times. And that nigga looking like, yeah, I know they communicated because that's what she do. A lot of people are always trying to make someone look as though like they're stupid or like they're kindergartner or something like that, especially when you're going through trials and tribulations. People want to sit up here and act like you a 5-year-old or some bitch. Not that one. I said, that one right there ain't stupid. And I don't know why people be thinking that people are stupid when they go through hardship. And that's what's catastrophic, boo. So a lot of motherfuckers is looking like shit. You are who you say you are. And that's what they know, boo. I said, this bitch don't want you to know shit. And I said, unbeknownst to them, they got a lot of past regrets because that one don't know how to reply back to shit. And I said, yeah, unfortunately. And this one is looking at you dead in your face and you not doing your job either. There's a multitude of people who want to sit up here and look at all these amazing individuals and act like they not amazing. I said, this bitch can run a lot of shit, or this man, and they know that, boo. I said, bitch, they can run Fortune 500 companies and they can have all this organized and all this old shit that's coming through. That shouldn't even be accepted. And God said, that's what we know too. I said, shit. The Board of Health is on its way. I said, y'all got a major heavy hitter in y'all area and space, and y'all act like what? We ain't here because of them. I said, we here because of them. And now when I know that one will be doing everything on in the book, protocol, regulations, and procedures. That's what they stand for. And a lot of people want to always act like people don't stand for that, but you do. And that one chick that got all this action going on, you don't give a fuck about that. And I said, ain't that the truth, boo? I gotta give a fuck about myself. A lot of people are narcissists. They are. And when people are narcissistic and everything, they want you to absorb whatever you got going on and forget about you and think about them. And that's what's so fucked up. So fuck them, boo. Fuck them and they weird asses. And I said, ain't that the motherfucking truth? Weird ass bitches. Hey, weird bitch. And that's what you need to know. Three of Pentacles energy. This is a working collaboration. And all these motherfuckers is looking like, yeah, how you gonna hire nothing but your family, boo? And that's what that nigga did. And I said, he finna be fired too. A lot of y'all gonna have these supervisors that's of positions be fired because they're not doing their job either. I said, this one shouldn't even have to go through nothing, but they have to go through something every single day. That's because y'all not providing confirmation what y'all supposed to be providing. And grandma said, that's what they know too. I said, shit. But we did provide that so they'll be able to take care of themselves. See, Eight of Swords energy. These niggas is having some anxiety, stress, and worry, but God said, that's a good thing. Let these niggas shake in their boots. And God said, that's what you need to know, boo.